Groaners, you join us for our 130th episode, and I'm sure it'll be cracking. No doubt, Admin Nicole will have some Easter puns, hopefully not as bad as mine, but we'll see. And also some Easter facts. We do try to avoid repetition on this show, but do forgive us if ever we do repeat ourselves. On a side note, whilst we do cram as much Easter in as possible into a special, there are some times where we just cannot do it. It depends on the section. Do forgive us. We have lots of Easter content for the show, including Oh Unlucky and Why Oh Why. We have a bunch of Easter themed games for you too, including Yes or BS, and of course, Talking Nonsense. But there are more to come with that. But bearing that in mind, let's make like the Easter Bunny and bounce through this episode, starting off with Admin Nicole's Easter Fact 1. In Hungarian folklore, Easter has intertwined with many local traditions related to the arrival of spring, courting customs, health and fertility. Traditionally, women and girls decorate eggs, which they offer to men and boys who arrive on Easter Sunday with a short and funny poem. Back in the old days, they would grab the women and take them next to the well and toss a bucket of water on them. These days, men opt to use perfume or cologne. In return of the freshening, girls give the painted eggs and offer traditional Hungarian Easter food and drinks. We should do that here in like England, it'd be great. Although some people probably would take it too far. More facts coming later, Groaners. Now let me engroan you with my Easter groan trio. Early store prep. What I mean by this is that just like other things like Christmas, in August, September, they start putting out Easter stuff around about January. Come on. Can you stop the commercial vehicle for 1 second, press the brakes, and release them perhaps 1 month before chocolate time? Egg smashers. Alright, okay, you go looking for your eggs, but it appears someone didn't get the memo about how shopping for Easter chocolate eggs doesn't involve hammer fisting them into oblivion. If you aren't going to buy them, Cupcake, step away and leave them be and leave the store. Stop smashing chocolate eggs, you pathetic smear. Chocolate overload. I remember this from being a kid myself. You get a truckload of Easter eggs from friends and family, and you think to yourself, how fast can I eat these and get diabetes? You shovel chocolate into your mouth like a zombie with brains, and suddenly, after your 4th or 5th chocolate egg consumed, you feel completely sick. Can the demons of overindulgence please stop trying to spoil our fun and let us eat chocolate like it's an infinite joy? That's my Easter groans all yoked out, but a lucky groaner will get their groan read out later, and oh boy, it's a weird one. Let's play our first Easter game, but not even Easter is safe from being turned into gibberish with Easter Talking Nonsense. Round 1. Your clue is, they are often the ones behind chocolate and Easter eggs. Your nonsense is, say still question. Pause here, Groaners. Have a little think. Answer, then unpause. Round 2. Your clue is, this is a savoury treat, but not just at Easter. Your nonsense is, snub. Pause here, Groaners. Have a little think. Answer, then unpause. Round 3. Your clue is, sometimes kids do this at Easter. Your nonsense is, and nog at sea. Pause here, Groaners. Have a little think. Answer, then unpause. The answers for Easter Talking Nonsense will come later. Spinning the show along now, we get weird with, well, that's strange, the Easter Bilby. No, Groaners, I've not lost my mind, and I swear I'm not making this up. There is no Easter Bunny in Australia, but the duty of handing out chocolate goes to the Easter bilby. The Easter bilby is a small marsupial that dwells in the deserts of the Aussie outback, but it is really endangered. Most see the recognition of this animal as not just a symbol of Easter, but also raising awareness to its plight. Not to mention that bunnies are seen as a pest in Ausland. Strange how things are different around the world there. Let's roll into another fact now with Admin Nicole's Easter fact number 2. One of the most surprising Easter traditions around the world, here we go with the tongue twisters, Smingus Dingus or Lani Poniedziak, Wet Monday, is a lively Polish Easter Monday tradition where people drench each other with water. Traditionally, boys soak girls on Monday, while Tuesday is reserved for the girls' revenge. It is believed that if you sleep in on a wet Monday, you'll be awakened with water. Dating back centuries, the custom originated when boys would sneak into girls' rooms on Easter Monday and drench them while still in bed, often followed by playful spanking with pussy willows. Those are branches, by the way, for anyone being weird out there. In some regions, boys would chant, Dingus, dingus, podwa jaja, ni chich, chebla, tilko jaja, meaning I don't want bread, only eggs. The girl who gets soaked the most is said to be the next to marry. This well-loved tradition is celebrated throughout Poland and by Polish communities abroad, with similar customs also found in countries like Thailand, Lithuania, and Slovakia. I can see you tried and succeeded in baffling my tongue there, Nicole. Thanks for that. And apologies to anyone in Poland for butchering your language, because if it didn't dawn on anybody, I'm not Polish, so I can't speak Polish. Let's tap a familiar section on the shoulder now with, possibly unlucky. We delve into Easter superstitious things this week. I know a lot of you out there are superstitious, so here's what to avoid doing on Good Friday. No housework on Good Friday. I'm sure I heard people cheer then. According to Catholic tradition, doing any housework, such as laundry on this day, is considered unlucky for your family. Call me dangerous, but I'm going to do my laundry on Good Friday in future. Haha! Gardening and farming tasks are also off limits, as an old belief states no iron should touch the ground. Do tell us if the gods of unluckiness struck you if you went against this tradition. I'll do the same. Maybe we'll be, unlucky. Sticking with the lucky or unlucky now, we turn to our Easter game of Yes or BS. Are the groaners ready? Yeah, you are. Yep, I see you. Yep, man, I've got you. Don't worry, the eggs are coming. Round 1. The Christian Asda Bunny Round. A. As of March 2024, Asda is marketing halal certified celebration eggs. B. The origins of the Easter Bunny come from Switzerland. Or C. Easter has always been a Christian celebration. Go Groaners live. Give me answers, please. Those at home, you know what to do. We've got A's flying in there. More A's are coming in. B's are coming in now. Any more? Any more? More A's, more B's. Okay. Any more? Couple of C's there. Gotcha, Groaners. Moving on. Round number 2. The Easter 300 kilogram celebration round. A. The largest ever Easter egg hunt consisted of 5,001,000 eggs. B. Easter is hailed as the most important Christian celebration. Or C. In 2025, a giant cream egg weighing in at 300 kilograms was unveiled by Cadbury. Go Groaners live. Answers please. Those at home, you know the score. We have a split down the line. All the room answers are between B and A. Okay, Groaners. Any more coming in? Just more A's and more B's. Yep, I see the pattern here. Okay, stop you there, Groaners, playing along live. Round 3 now. The largest Cadbury Pope round. That's a weird image. A. Cadbury once tried to rename Easter eggs to gesture eggs. B. Last year, Pope Francis approved animal baptisms for those who wanted their pets to be even more part of the family. Or C. The UK's largest Easter egg has been made this year. Grow Groaners live. Answers please. Those at home, you know what to do. we have A's flying in there, C's flying in there, but we have a split between A and C. I'm going to have to stop you in a second, Groaners. And there's a B as well. Okay, gotcha. Answers will arrive later, Groaners. For now, we have a third of Admin Nicole's Easter facts. In the town of Besseries in France, thousands gather each year on Easter Monday to watch dozens of cooks make a gigantic omelette. One of the more unique Easter traditions around the world, and made with 15,000 eggs. Members of Giant Omelette Brotherhood of Besseries pour gallons of egg yolk into a large pan in the main square of the town, stirring with huge wooden spoons that resemble oars. They cook the omelette over an open fire as well. The tradition is said to have started with Napoleon Bonaparte, who while visiting the area enjoyed his eggs so much that he asked that a gigantic omelette be prepared for his troops. That is a lot of eggs, Groaners, and that'd be my personal hell, unless it's an egg fried rice. Facts do give us knowledge, but sometimes in life, you find yourself asking the most important of questions. Yes, it's time for why oh why. On Good Friday, it is said it's best to avoid meat and instead go for fish. I usually do on most Fridays, as fish and chips is one of my favourite treats. I'm not religious in any shape or form, I just like fish and chips. However, in recent weeks, a guy went on holiday and paid £11.61 for fish and chips in Benidorm. Now, a lot of you out there in England will go, wow, a bargain. Perhaps even up in Scotland you'll go, oh wow. That's his maybe. Maybe even in Wales you'll go, wow. But that's a maybe, considering last week I paid £6.60 for 3 cod bites and a pretty decent portion of chips. The drink pumped it up to around about 8 or 9 quid. Anyway, the point is this. You go abroad and all you can think to do is eat food you can get at home. Not trying local or national dishes when on holiday. I just have to ask, why oh why? Give local cuisine a chance. Do you smell that, Groaners? It's kind of like a bready smell. Oh wait, it's just a sentient bun calling by to give us their groan. This week's groan comes in from Mr. H.C. Bun of a bakery. He groans, why is it that people get so lost in the commercialism of special traditions such as Easter? Everywhere looking to cash in instead of remembering what Easter is about. Aside from religious themes, it is about being with family. It appears to me that people need to be reminded before traditions get lost to time. I think the bun has a point, Groaners. Don't you agree? Want to give us your views, your groans, your ideas for the show or feedback? Nominate a Hero Zero of the Week, or anything along the lines of the show. You can, by doing any one of the following. Comment on the episode you've listened to on the platform you use, for example, Podbean or YouTube. Hi YouTubers, still fairly recent. Find myself, Mystery Groaner, or Admin Nicole, Nicole Amos, on Facebook Messenger. Join us on Facebook groups under the Groan Zone podcast group. Tune in live every Friday, usually, at 8:30 Greenwich Mean Time on Discord. You can also DM me there, or Admin Nicole there, or comment in the channels after the show. That's also where we play the show. Lastly, drop us that sweet, sweet email on the groanzonepod@gmail.com. Look forward to hearing from you, Groaners. And now, another game pops along in the form of the 5-point countdown. Clue 5 for 5 points. This is the part of the tradition of wearing new clothes at Easter. I assume everyone playing along live is ready, and Groaner at home, you're ready as well. Give us your answers now, Groaners, or your guesses, I should say. Clue 5. This is where I usually stump everybody and I'm just waiting. I'll give the clue again. Clue 5 for 5 points. This is the part of the tradition of wearing new clothes at Easter. What guesses you got, Groaners? I think I've definitely stumped them. Yep. Maybe you're throwing our guesses at home, Groaner, but unfortunately, you're in the future listening to this. I can't hear you. Okay, moving on. Clue 4 for 4 points. It involves flowers. Clue 4 again for 4 points. It involves flowers. It's very innocuous, this, of not giving you anything to go on. Really have my Groaners playing along live. Sorry. Still no guesses? I've definitely got them stumped. It's definitely an Easter thing, I promise. It's Easter themed, this one. They're all Easter themed. Clue 3 for 3 points. You can either buy them or make them yourself. Clue 3 for 3 points. You can either buy them or make them yourself. Still no guesses coming in live. I really have done a number on them for Easter. I really have. Okay, moving on. Clue 2 for 2 points. People of all ages can have them. Clue 2 for 2 points. People of all ages can have them. No, still no guesses coming in. Definitely got the Groaners stumped here. Maybe clue 1 will give you a chance. Clue 1 for 1 point. It is only worn above the shoulders. Clue 1 for 1 point. It is only worn above the shoulders. Nope, I've got the Groaners play along live. Absolutely stumped. Okay, the answer will come later on, Groaners. And maybe I did make it a bit difficult. My apologies. But now, we have to give the floor over to Admin Nicole with her Creepy Corner. Your story for this week is called Who Rules the Roost? Nice touch, Nicole. Saw what you did there. 2034 was the year that was forever etched in history as Beaster's Reign. Jeremy Cluckerton took on the ultimate sacrifice and died so his friends would be spared, but he was a smart kid. He knew exactly what those scientists were planning, and no amount of horror or trauma would break his spirit. After all the experimenting and the nightmares, the chocolate chicken was born. That only left the parade that marked the start of the Easter season, led by the mascot that was secretly chosen. If only the people of the surface had known, would they have put a stop to what these children would be used for? Of course they wouldn't. After all, for the rich and powerful, having their children chosen was an honour that came with many benefits and privileges. To think all it cost was the life of their own child to allow them to keep living in luxury. As for the orphan children, well, they had no one to care about them. No one missed them when they were gone, except that all changed that very year. The parade began like every other year. The cheers and applause were so much louder, and the celebrations more exciting, though due to it being the first year in a long time that the chocolate chicken would rule over Easter. The celebrations went off without a hitch. The day was a blast, and the chocolate chicken operated as intended. That is, until night fell and the people disappeared. That's when the chocolate chicken woke up. When all the innocents were safely out of the way and they were back in a safe parking lot surrounded by nothing but workers of the lab. The chocolate chicken's beak opened up without command, and as the tiny workers and scientists looked at it in suspense, the chicken simply laughed, until that is, he began to speak with none other than the voice of Jeremy Cluckerton. You thought you could silence me, make me a puppet in your depraved schemes? Your rule ends now. The innocent shall thrive, the guilty shall rot. With that, Jeremy stood up and walked through the town, smashing cars and lampposts in his path, doing his best to protect the innocent lives that also didn't ask for such an ordeal. He stood in front of the infamous Horizon building, ready to charge in and find Beatrice Buddington, but before he could flatten the iron gates with his new robotic body, he suddenly found himself unable to move. Unfortunately, as smart as Jeremy was, he was still a child, and one thing he didn't account for was that the scientists would have built in a failsafe into the chocolate chicken that Jeremy had become. He lost all movement in his body, and then slowly began to realise everything went dark around him. When he woke, he was alone in a bright room, lying on a bed. When he stood up and found himself right in front of a mirror, he learned he wasn't in the chocolate chicken anymore. It was as if he was a ghost, but he wasn't dead. He could feel his connection to his body. So many questions went through his head. In that moment, was he dead? Was he alive? Was it the fragments of his body he could feel a connection to, or the robot he was mercilessly merged with? Something was wrong. Something was very wrong here. Jeremy tried to run out through the room, but ended up going straight through the locked door. He would have to assume that in some way or form, he was a ghost. But to what extent? He would have to wait to find out. As he walked through the cold, lonely corridor, he noticed rooms that looked just like the one he woke up in. Most of them were empty, yet in one he found a note written in pink nail varnish, a colour he would remember distinctively. This was left by Beatrice, he had no doubt. The note simply told Jeremy to follow the trail and to hop to it. So he searched the cold white walls for any hint of pink. A small heart here, an eye there. He was starting to wonder how much of it she had even left, until a large X was painted on a set of double doors right in front of him. This could be a trap, but he reminded himself why he did all this. Told himself that Beatrice didn't deserve this any more than he did. With no hesitation, he walked through the double doors, but before he could react, someone put their hand over his mouth and pulled him to the side, hiding behind cabinets. With one swift look, he immediately recognised her. It was Beatrice. Somehow, she was still alive, or maybe alive. She looked exactly like he did, and while he thought he was a ghost, he could still feel a connection to his body, or to something anyway. Maybe she was the same. Beatrice signalled him to be quiet as the men in red slowly left the room. I heard everything from them. I'm not sure whether to be proud of you or think you're a fool, but you saved someone else from experiencing those horrors, so thank you. You saved my brother, I'll never forget that. I don't know where we are either. I've been here a year now, and all I know is that whatever you had with you when you were chosen, shall we say, it stays with you. My nail varnish was in my pocket that day. Now it never runs out, and better yet, they can't seem to see it, but they can see us. Some rooms have even been ghost-proofed, so we have to be careful. I don't know what's going on though, but I know it has something to do with the men in red. They call themselves the Farmers, she explained. Jeremy was just glad to see that she was alright, or as alright as one could be in this situation. He explained as much as he could to her to fill in the gaps she might have been missing. Together, they had to find a plan. Their bodies were still here somewhere. No doubt they had to be trapped in the Horizon building somewhere. This had to be about more than just Easter. Something very sinister was going on here. It was time to find out who really rules the roost. Ah, Nicole, you picked up from last Easter. Well done and well written, Nicole. And if you want more from that story, Groaners, you'll have to wait till next Easter. Easter comes once a year, and some of us don't work over Easter, but charities never stop. We are naming our Easter Rose of the Week. Well, really, for all time, really. In Greater London, several charities are holding events and appeals for Easter 2025. The Easter 50 Challenge is being hosted by Cancer Research UK and offering various distances to run. The event takes place at Windsor Racecourse with a 10km, 25km or 50km run as your options to run to raise money and awareness. Details will be appearing on the Groan Zone episode webpage. Teenage Cancer Trust are also running a Easter 50 Challenge with a finish line celebration. Various distances up to 50km can be selected. Again, details will be on the podcast episode webpage. The NSPCC, which is a children's charity Groaners, also hosting an Easter 50 Challenge. This challenge also includes a finish line celebration with a glass of fizz, a medal and t-shirt according to NSPCC. The details will be on the same one as the other ones. Play to Give is running an Easter appeal. Please find details on www.playtogive.org.uk and donate what you can. Christian Aid are also running a Lent and Easter appeal. Details will also be on the Groan Zone episode webpage. Every single person who donates or takes part in any of those events or hosts those events, you are an Eastero, aka a hero of the week and Easter. Nay, eternally so. Keep doing your charity work. Thank you. We've nearly cracked the egg-shaped episode, Groaners, but we are going to flip to Admin Nicole for a final Easter fact of the episode. The Boatides tradition in Corfu, Greece, involves throwing large clay jugs filled with water from balconies on Holy Saturday, a part of Greek Easter celebrations. This act of breaking jugs is believed to ward off evil spirits and mark the beginning of the new year. The tradition is said to have roots in ancient Greece, where people would throw out old pots to make way for new ones in the spring. Thank you, Nicole, for your hard work this episode, but you have me going with the anagram answer. You'll find this out very soon, Groaners. I'm not even sure if I'm going to put the whole answer up on Facebook and Discord. It is massive. I'm not even sure I can pronounce the answer itself. We've time for one more game, Groaners, with What the Hell Am I From? The film has nothing to do with Easter, but this little fella appears in it. Your clue is, I appeared in this 90s sequel movie with two well-known stars as part of the hell scene. I'm looking for the title of the movie. The answer will come next week, and the picture will be on the Podbean episode, and Discord, and Facebook. Speaking of answers, here they come. Starting us off is Admin Nicole's Anagram Anxiety. Like I said before, Admin Nicole, you've done me up like a kipper here. I cannot even begin to pronounce this. I'll try. Methio I 3 only. Nah, no can do. What I'm going to do, after I finish speaking here, I'm going to insert AI talking of what this word actually is, because I can't even begin to pronounce it. Yep, definitely Google AI or Microsoft Gemini are going to help me out to pronounce this bad boy.
Methionyltheranyltheranylglutaminylarginol, isoleucine.
The full chemical name of the protein titin, the largest known protein, is incredibly long, consisting of 189,819 letters. The full name is the scientific name of the protein, and is derived from the sequence of amino acids that make up the protein. Thank the beautiful bunnies I didn't write in the whole long name. If you really want to see Groaners, tell us and we'll send you it. But the PDF was 6 pages long. The 5-point countdown. No one playing live got this. No one got this when you're playing live. Your answer was an Easter bonnet. Talking nonsense. Round 1. Your nonsense was chocolatiers. Round 2. Your nonsense was hot cross buns. And round 3. Your nonsense was an Easter egg hunt. And that was talking nonsense for Easter. Hopefully, somebody managed to spin the reverse around and make sense of it. Yes or BS? Round 1. The Christian Asda Bunny Round. A. As of March 2024, Asda is marketing halal certified celebration eggs. False. There is no truth in this at all. B. The origins of the Easter Bunny come from Switzerland. Nope. He hails from Germany. If you went for C, here's where your points lie. Easter has always been a Christian celebration. Although some people out there try to say it actually started as a pagan festival. Don't start a religious turf war in the comments. It's definitely a Christian tradition. Round 2. The Easter 300 kilogram celebration round. A. The largest ever Easter egg hunt consisted of 501,000 eggs. This is true. They were searched for by 9,753 children and their parents at the Cypress Gardens Adventure Park in Winter Haven, Florida, USA. B. Easter is hailed as the most important Christian celebration. This is true. Not religious, but of course this is the period when Jesus was said to have pulled a Sega 80s classic Altered Beast and
Rise from your grave.
If you went for C, Groaners Live, or Groaner at Home, your points have just been blanked. In 2025, a giant cream egg weighing in at 300 kilograms was unveiled by Cadbury. False and nowhere near. It only weighed 45 kilograms. And round 3, last round, the largest Cadbury Pope round. If you went for A, Cadbury once tried to rename Easter eggs to gesture eggs. False. False for sure. If you went for B as well, last year Pope Francis approved animal baptism so those who wanted their pets to be more part of the family. False. There is not a shred of proof behind this. And if you went for C, the UK's largest Easter egg has been made this year. This is true. The good egg stands at about 7 foot tall, has a shell 8 centimeters thick, a diameter of more than 4 foot, and is tied with a giant yellow bow. Chocolatiers Cocoba, based in Strood, Kent, UK, made the egg. On that note, all of our groany Easter chicks have been hatched, and we are already sick to death of the smell and sight of chocolate. We hope you scored points and had fun along the way, Groaners. We'll be hopping off now until next week. Take care. Bye-bye. Sticking with lucky or unlucky now, we turn our... There we go, first mistake of the episode. Way! One of the more unique Easter traditions around the world, and it's made with 15,000... One of the more unique Easter traditions around the world, and it's made with 15... I keep saying way.